You think you've finally found peace. No more games, no more drama. You're mature, you're stable. And then you meet a Gemini. The charm is intoxicating. The intelligence is brilliant. In a crowded room, they make you feel like the only person who matters. The connection is electric. But then, out of nowhere, a shift. A cold breeze you can almost feel in the middle of a warm conversation. A distant look in their eyes, as if they're a million miles away. And you start to panic. You think, I'm losing them. You're wrong. You aren't losing them. You're being audited. For the Mercury-ruled Gemini, trust isn't just a vibe. It's a series of meticulously collected data points. At this stage in your life, you know loyalty is the only currency that truly matters. And Geminis? They know this better than anyone, especially after being burned by their own insatiable curiosity in the past. They don't just trust anymore. They verify. While you're agonizing over whether to send that text, they are in a different universe, weighing a far bigger question. Are you a forever person, or just a for now person? Today, we're diving deep into the 5 psychological tests a Gemini uses, not to hurt you, but to see if you're strong enough to be the guardian of their complex heart. Sign number 1, the intentional communication gap. This is by far the toughest test for a mature woman to handle. 1 minute, everything is perfect. The chemistry is undeniable. The next, complete silence. A few hours stretch into a day, and then maybe 2. Your immediate instinct is to fix it, to send a barrage of messages asking, what did I do wrong? Stop right there. This silence isn't a mistake on your part. It's a probe. Geminis are the undisputed masters of mental space, and they've just stepped back to see how you'll fill the void they've created. Do you become a relentless text bomber, demanding attention like a child? Or can you stand firm, secure on your own 2 feet? They are testing your attachment style. At this point in life, they need a partner, not an emotional sinkhole. They're checking if you have your own life, your own passions, your own inner peace. If you can navigate their silence without losing your dignity, you've just passed the first level of their security clearance. Loyalty to a Gemini means being a safe harbor for them to disappear into, and a steady rock for them to always return to. Sign number 2, the inner circle infiltration. They invite you to a chic gallery opening, a chaotic family dinner, or maybe just drinks with their 3 most brutally honest friends. It feels like a huge step forward, a romantic gesture. You think, finally, they're showing me off. But actually, it's a 360-degree performance review. They aren't just introducing you. They are observing you in your natural habitat, under pressure. Can you hold a witty conversation with their eccentric uncle? Can you be charming to their best friend without ignoring the Gemini who brought you? But here's the real hidden test. Can you be social and engaging independently of them? If you find yourself following them around the room like a lost puppy, they'll see you as a social burden. They want a partner who can be the other half of a power couple, someone who adds to their social sphere, not someone who drains their social energy. They are testing your adaptability. In their complex mind, if you can't handle their friends, you definitely can't handle the beautiful complexity of their life. Sign number 3, the Mercury audit. Get ready for the casual inquisition. Geminis are ruled by Mercury, the planet of information, which makes them natural-born detectives. They'll ask you questions that seem like innocent fluff. What did you really think of that person we met last week? Or, how did you end up handling that conflict at work you mentioned? Maybe even, what's your biggest regret from your last relationship? They aren't just making conversation. They are listening. They are recording. Most importantly, they are cross-referencing everything, looking for inconsistencies. If on your first date you passionately declared that you hate drama, but today you're spending 20 minutes dishing out juicy office gossip, a little red flag goes up in their mind. They're not judging the gossip itself. They're judging the discrepancy. For a Gemini, intellectual honesty is paramount. They would much rather have a partner who is a bit of a mess but completely honest about it than a seemingly perfect person who is fundamentally lying to themselves. For them, consistency is the truest definition of loyalty. Sign number 4, the vulnerability trap. This one is subtle and powerful. It usually happens late at night, when the world is quiet and guards are down. They'll tell you something they've never told anyone before. A past failure that still stings. A deep-seated fear. A scar from their childhood that shaped them. It's a moment of pure, unfiltered, raw vulnerability. And then, the next morning, they might act like it never even happened. They might even seem a little colder, more distant than usual. Don't be alarmed. They are experiencing a vulnerability hangover. Deep down, they're terrified they've given you too much power. And now, they are watching. They are observing what you do with that sacred piece of information. Do you ever bring it up in front of others, even as a joke? Do you use it as a weapon during a disagreement? Or do you hold it close, treating it like a precious, confidential relic? To a Gemini, their true inner self is a vault. By sharing a secret, they've just given you a key. They are testing to see if you are a worthy guardian. If you betray that trust, even once, that vault door will be locked forever. Sign number 5, the provocation probe. This is the flirtation check. Geminis are social butterflies by nature. They flirt with the world. Not because they want to leave you or disrespect you, but because they thrive on that spark of human connection. So, they'll be extra charming to a waiter, or strike up a lively conversation with a stranger, all while you're sitting right there. And you can bet they are watching you out of the corner of their eye. How are you reacting? Are you getting visibly angry? Are you trying to claim them with possessive gestures? Are you showing signs of insecurity? At this age, a Gemini has absolutely no interest in being caged or owned. They want a partner who is so unshakably secure in their own value that they can watch the Gemini shine their light on the world and not feel threatened. If you can laugh along with them, if you can join the fun instead of shutting it down, you've proven that you are the one, because you're not just their lover. You are their teammate. So, what's the reward for passing this intense audit? A Gemini's loyalty isn't a fleeting feeling. It's a deliberate, strategic choice. They've been watching, collecting data, and testing your frequency. If you've made it through these trials, then congratulations. You have just secured one of the most exciting, devoted, and brilliant partners in the entire zodiac. They will never, ever bore you. They will always keep you on your toes, and they will defend you with a ferocity you never saw coming. If you're a Gemini who has put someone through the audit, or if you're one of the strong women who has survived it, drop your birthday in the comments. Let's see who really understands the game. Subscribe to the Divine Gemini to master your mind and unlock your power. I'll see you in the next one. Stay divine.